God damn it. 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 Okay. Okay, remember when I said I was making a Spider-Man video on Tuesday, or at least recording it? This is not the one I was expecting to have to make. I'm up very early right now, obviously, if I had just seen the trailer. And I immediately get a notification that a new Spider-Man trailer is out. And so the new Spider-Man trailer from Far From Home is out, and I go and I check it out because obviously I'm a Spider-Man fan. I got to go see it. And I watched it, and... Okay, remember when I said I was going to be making a Spider-Man video today? This is not the one I was expecting to make, let me tell you. I was supposed to be recording a different kind of Spider-Man video today, talking about a completely different subject, and they go and they drop the goddamn Far From Home trailer. Ugh! I was supposed to be recording an entirely different type of freaking Spider-Man. I can't speak right now. Entirely different kind of Spider-Man video today, and they go and they drop the goddamn Far From Home trailer the same day. This is not the Spider-Man. This is not the Spider-Man video I was trying to. Fuck. This is not the Spider-Man video I was expecting to have to drop today. I was planning on a completely different video. And these assholes go and drop the Spider-Man fucking trailer the exact same day. The balls. The balls. But yeah, guys, but since this is Spider-Man related, and Spider-Man's my favorite hero, and we talk about a lot of comic book stuff on this channel now, no more gaming, no more Fortnite. We don't talk about Fortnite no more. I gotta review it or break it down at the least. So let's go ahead and get into the trailer. Let's go ahead and break it down. Our first trailer breakdown, guys. I'm excited. Let's get into it. Okay, so let me be honest. I like the way how this But whatever, this ship has to keep rolling, so we gotta wait. What the fuck? Do ships even roll? I mean, let's keep the ball rolling. You guys aren't here to see me talk about stuff. I mean, let's keep the ball rolling. You guys are here to see me talk about the Spider-Man trailer, so let's go ahead and get into it. So right off the bat, I really like how this trailer starts. It starts with him at a homeless charity event, So right off the bat, I like how this trailer starts. It starts with him at a charity event donating, I think it's like $5 million that Happy was holding a check. It was a fat check. That check is like as big as this desk. It's huge. And I like how he's still, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He's still contributing to community. And that's a big, I like how this trailer starts. It starts with him and his aunt donating a boatload of money to charity. I'm like, dang, guy, can I get some of that for my college tuition? But he's like, they're donating a big fat check to charity, and I like how it still establishes him as the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, because that's what makes him so special compared to all these other heroes that only come out for world-ending events. Like, he is here for the neighborhood, and that's what makes him so special. And I just want... And you know what, guys? Fuck the rest of this trailer, because my man Happy is hitting Aunt May, bro. But who cares about all that? Because the most important part of this trailer is, I think, Happy is with Aunt May, bro. Are you... What? But guys, let's be completely honest. Fuck the rest of this trailer, because is my man Happy smashing Aunt May? Dude, oh my god. Bro, you're... Bro. I have never been so happy in my life, man. All the shit Happy takes in this universe, and he gets to smash Marissa Tomei? Like, that makes up for everything. All the shit this man has taken, this makes up for all of it. Bro. Tony Stark was trying to get in that, and Happy comes away and swoops her. Happy is the most impressive character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I don't care if you could take the full brunt of a star. Happy just pulled Aunt May's fine ass. He's won. There's nothing. Thanos, be damned. The snap didn't work. He's won. Oh my god, could you imagine Happy finally, like, something good goes in his life. He's finally smashing Aunt May, and Thanos snaps her away. Could you imagine? Oh, I'd be so heated. Man. But nonetheless, this was not, this is not a pun, but this was the happiest that I had been watching this trailer. That made me actually extremely happy. I don't know why. It's just maybe because I've seen this man take so much shit in this Marvel Cinematic Universe, and finally something goes his way. I'm just happy for him, dude. No pun intended. Like, actually. But anyway, trailer goes on, and there's really just not much. Just, him talking about he's going to Europe and for some class summer trip, and he doesn't want to take the Spider-Man suit because Europe doesn't need that, I guess, because And basically, the trailer continues. It's him talking about he's going on vacation. His school is having a whole summer trip, and he doesn't want to be Spider-Man for the entire time that he's there in Europe. He says, "Fuck all that. I'm on vacation." So anyway, the trailer continues with him. Trailer continues, and it's just him talking about how he's going to be going on vacation with the school trip with all of his other debate team friends. I believe it's his debate team friends. I could be wrong, but it looked like all the same people that were on the debate club from last movie. And it says how he's talking about how he doesn't want to be Spider-Man over at Europe, and I can totally understand that, dude. It's a vacation, and he's about to die anyway, so at least he gets some time to himself, like some happy time, or so we think. But anyway, Spider-Man decides to leave his suit. But anyway, the rest of the trailer really talks about how... Oh, shoot. But anyway, the rest of the trailer is really talking about how he's going to be going on this summer trip with all of his debate team friends, what it looks like. And he's... But anyway, for a little bit of the trailer, it's just him talking about how he's going on this debate summer trip with his. But anyway, for a little while of the trailer, it's just him talking about him going on summer vacation with the debate team. At least it looks like the debate team. Same people from the last movie, I believe, except without the girl. I can't remember what that last girl's name is anyway. But it's just him talking about how he doesn't need to be Spider-Man for like the Europe trailer, and that's really all for like a good portion of the movie until he gets to his hotel room. And I will not lie, I laughed out loud when Ned took a needle to the neck. And I thought, for a second, I thought they killed him. But then I was like, oh, this is Marvel, so that's not going to happen. And they revealed it to... But they reveal it to be Nick Fury, actually, which was actually kind of a shocker for me. Nick Fury's just in all these movies now. Is it like a contractual obligation? Like he's got to be in every Marvel movie from now on? But they cut away and reveal that it's actually Nick Fury who's in Europe because this man can get around. But anyways, they cut away and realize... Fuck. But anyway, they cut away and reveal that it's actually Nick Fury who's there. And he's talking to Peter like, hey, I've got a job for you and shit. And, motherfucker. But anyways, they cut away, and it turns out it's Nick Fury, and he goes and he tells Peter, he's like, you want a job, motherfucker? And Peter says, of course. Motherfucker. But anyway, they cut away and reveal that it's actually Nick Fury, and he's telling Peter he needs a job for him to do. And what is Peter gonna say? No. You gonna say no to Samuel L. Jackson? That's like that. But anyway, they cut away and reveal that it's actually Nick Fury who shot Ned in the neck, which is pretty fucking savage. But anyway, they cut away and revealed that it was actually Nick Fury that shot Ned in the neck, which was pretty fucking hardcore. If you ask me, just shot a kid in the neck. This man gives no fucks. And he tells Peter he has a job for him. And he basically reveals that he knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, which I feel like is not that hard at this point. It seems like everybody in the government should know. But he tells Peter that he has a job for him, and of course he's going to say yes. Are you going to say no to Samuel L. Jackson? Motherfucker. Motherfucker, you gonna take this goddamn job? That was the best like Samuel Jackson impression I could do, to be honest. That was the best Samuel Jackson impression I could do, to be like 100% with you guys. That was honestly the best Samuel Jackson impression I could do, like, to be honest. Another thing that I wanted to mention, I don't think I mentioned it. I love how awkward like MJ and Peter's relationship is in this movie, or at least in the trailers that they show for this movie, because it's really like a real like high school relationship. It's very awkward, a lot of awkward moments. Like when he's like, "You look very pretty," and she's like, "Oh." First of all, I thought they were gonna do some dumb like feminist shit and be like, "Oh, you look so pretty. Oh, does that make me have value?" I was like, "Oh God, don't do this." And then MJ was like, "No, I'm just joking." I was like, "Thank God," because the last thing I need to do is just is sit through some like MJ being like, "Oh, you just think I'm cute because all men are pigs and think that women only have value because they're attractive." And I was like, "Just shut the fuck up! Don't start any of that right now." I was just kind of getting into the trailer, and actually, this is where my first complaint is going to be about the trailer, because I have to admit my biggest issue with this trailer, which is my biggest issue, was with Spider-Man: Homecoming, was that I'm not a big fan of all the CGI in this movie. Some of the CGI looks bad, and I'm talking about like Black Panther bad. The CGI on the Elementals, which I'll get to in a second, I don't know how I feel about them so far. Now, it is just a trailer, and it's the first trailer, so they have time to punch it up, but it did not look that good to me, and I'm a little nervous. I will say I'm a little nervous on what it will finally look at, because Spider-Man: Homecoming, the CGI in that was just, man, it was. I don't know why, but I swear all the money for CGI goes to the Avengers or something, because these guys, at least the smaller movies, if you're not one of the like big names like Captain America, Iron Man, or Thor, the CGI in your movie is going to be ass. And it's one of the reasons I'm a little nervous for Captain Marvel, because like I said, if you are not one of the big three, except for Doctor Strange had amazing CGI as well. But if you're not one of those guys, like the CGI budget, like they just give it to the janitors or something. Like they could care less. But anyway, we finally get into the Elementals. And I do want to correct some things. I've been seeing a lot in the comment section that people think this is Sandman, Hydro, and them. This is not Sandman or Hydro. I thought that for a second too. But then when I saw more, like, and one thing that I've been seeing a lot in the comment section, I have to correct a lot of people. A lot of people think this is actually Sandman and Hydro Man. This is not Sandman or Hydro Man. This is actually a whole different group of villains called the Elementals. And I know this was common misconception watching that trailer, because I thought that as well for a second. But then the more I watched the trailer, I realized that they were the Elementals. Hellfire, Hydron, Magnum, Zephyr. The Elementals are basically like benders from a. If you've watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, you basically know what the Elementals are. There's Hellfire, Hydron, Magnum, and Zephyr, if I remember correctly, and they all have, obviously, they're called the Elementals. I think you can guess what they are, but they all have their own little elements. Like Hellfire controls ice. What the fuck do you think he controls? Hydron controls water, Zephyr controls air, and Magnum controls earth. And those are going to be, I believe, the main villains for the movie, because Mysterio kind of looks like almost like an anti-hero, but it looks like he might turn into a villain later in the movie. I don't really know. That's another thing. We'll talk about Mysterio later when we get into it. But I think the CGI looks kind of awful on the Elementals, and that kind of depresses me. They look goofy. Like, I think the CGI for the Sandman in Spider-Man 3 look better than the CGI that they had for Magnum. And no, these villains aren't as cool, and I would have loved to see Hydro Man and Sandman again. At least Sandman again. We haven't seen Hydro Man in a live-action adaptation, which is a shame, because I would like to see him as well. But they seem to be fucking up all my favorite Spider-Man villains, like Electro, so I'm nervous for them adapting some of my favorite. But they did adapt Vulture correctly, so I gotta give them credit for that. But that was the MCU, and that was Sony, which directed both Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Amazing Spider-Man. So, you know, take that with what you want. But while I'm semi-excited for the Elementals, I've never been a big fan of them in the comics. Like, they were just kind of, you know, they're just villains. There's nothing really much to them, in my opinion. I could never get into them as villains, but I am kind of excited to see them on screen. I'm curious to what they will do with them and what their motivations will be. That's what I'm mostly curious about, because it seems like, at least from the trailers, that they're just here to destroy shit and blow shit up. So I'm hoping that that's not the case, because we're just now getting out of that with Marvel villains. And you know what? I feel like people say it's like Marvel villains are weak, but I feel like all superhero villains are weak. And like, is there any actual good DC supervillains as they become the DCEU? I'm like, I'll wait. I'll sit here and wait, and you guys give me an answer. You got one yet? No? Okay. But yeah, if I had to say like one big thing that just makes me nervous for this movie, it's the villains as the elementals, because I don't know like what their motivations will be, and that always makes me nervous with any superhero movie. Is that I want great villains. I'm more interested in a great villain than a great superhero, which is one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of Black Panther, but one of the reasons that kept me in that movie is because Killmonger was so interesting, even if T'Challa wasn't. So we'll see. That'll come into play when we get into the movie, and we'll see. Because I believe in Marvel now, into making good villains. There's been a really good track record. Hela, Ego, The Living Planet, Thanos obviously was an amazing villain. The Vulture was a great villain. So I'm putting my faith in Marvel again. And the reason I'm also putting my faith in Marvel is because of Mysterio. And Mysterio might turn out being the villain, but we don't know if Mysterio's a villain, a hero, an anti-hero in this movie, because he looked like a hero at the end of this trailer. He was actually like saving people. But my biggest my biggest issue with Mysterio, and I love Mysterio. Mysterio is one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. I was stupid excited. Like, I jumped out my seat when I heard Mysterio was going to be in the next trailer. And my biggest fear with him is that his suit, man. I don't know about Mysterio's suit. He's wearing the I've got my ass kicked by Kratos starter pack, and I'm just a little nervous about that. However, I gotta say one thing, and I know a lot of people like to make fun of Mysterio's fishbowl dome, but it actually looked really good when he had it on with the suit, the rest of the suit. He honestly needs to keep it on, because I'm not a big fan of him with it off. It looks goofy as hell. He looks like he should be going to some Greek cosplay event or something, but when he puts the dome on, believe it or not, he actually looks more badass. And I just like him to keep it on for now. But Mysterio right now, he looks like he's either an anti-hero or a hero, and he might turn into a villain by the end of the movie, but he looks like a good guy for now. My only question is, does this guy actually have powers or in the movie? Because I know he doesn't in actual comics, because obviously, yeah, he's really a bunch of smoke screens and all for show. Or is he actually like, does he actually have these, or is, what, god damn. Or does he actually have these powers? Because it almost looked like he had powers in the trailer, but once again, that could all be explained in the movie, obviously. I'm just questioning it myself. And I also just thought about this one theory. What if these elementals are only helping Mysterio? They're the villains that Mysterio is here to conquer. Like, what if they're all working in cahoots? And Mysterio is just, he wants to be the Beyonce of the group, so he wants to be the hero. And he's telling these, like, just make me look good. And once I'm in, as a good guy and everybody trusts me and loves me and I gain the respect of all the people, that's when y'all move in or something like that. I don't really know how it'll work, goddamn. So I'm just spitting a dumb ass plot out my ass, but we'll see how it works in the end. I'm like I said, I have faith in Marvel at this point, especially the last like 2 years, 3 years of movies have been amazing. So we'll see. I'm a little nervous about Mysterio, but I like that they're using him as a hero, because it hasn't really been done before, and I'm excited. So we'll see. Once again, I'm just a little nervous. This trailer, if I had to give it like a rating, it was a 6 out of 10 until Zach. But if I had to like give this trailer a rating like out of 10, I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10 until Flash called Peter a dickhead or dickwad, and it automatically moved up to a 7.5 out of 10 for me. And I love the trailer from then on, even though that was the end of the trailer. But for some reason, that was so hilarious. I genuinely laughed out loud when he said that. I have no idea why. It just caught me off guard. And so, yeah, I'm gonna give this trailer probably like a 7.5 out of 10. It was a really good trailer, but a lot of things to also be nervous about if people wanted to be nervous. I think I'm personally nervous because the CGI looks left over from Homecoming, and the CGI in Homecoming wasn't that great, and I'm nervous about that. And the overuse of CGI, which Marvel is just famous for at this point. And so we'll see. Hopefully it'll get better. We'll see. Fingers crossed, because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan and I never want a bad Spider-Man movie. And so I hope they'll do this right. And yeah, guys, that's basically the end of this little trailer breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed. And then let me know down in the comments if you are excited for the Homecoming trailer or what you're most excited about. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.